underway. So start over a minute ago.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Are we looking at, yes.
Whoa.
Oh. Okay.
Clicked on this frame again.
So I like the infinite hall of mirrors there. Okay, so one of the questions that was asked in the break time was, does this local host service just start off? You know, isn't that like a hacking endpoint or something like that? Can you control it? Well, the reality is that the LC API will work on or off the machine, but by default, you have remote access controls that are set. So, for instance, if another machine wants to connect and control your machine, and they would try to connect and they would be denied access to your machine. It would basically give them a HTTP unauthorized and reject them. Now, what it would also do, though, is it would add their IP address automatically to this list, to this little dialog here, so you could add them to an accept list, so that if you want to sort of whitelist people, you can also use wildcards to accept only people from your local network, only specific machines, and such, so that you can do it. Now, one of the things that is in here is you can say accept local connections, which means this is if you want to shut off the LCAPA altogether so no applications can actually talk to Worldwide Telescope, you just uncheck this. But you can also make it so that you can accept all remote connections, so that anyone who tries to connect to your thing will be allowed, so there will be no filtering by IP. And so this is your way of preventing unauthorized access to it. So for instance, if you were in a planetarium and you had a Wi-Fi network that you wanted some presenters to be able to run a planetarium control iPad application for, right? You could take and whitelist those IP addresses that were given to those tablets while preventing some random kid in the audience from connecting to LCAPI and, you know, trying to slew the dome to look at Uranus. So, sorry, bad astronomy joke. But this is the remote access control. You'll find it on the settings menu. Okay? So once we're in LC API, we now have the ability to go ahead and map various tabular data in, or you know, you can do all sorts of other things. But for the most part, what we're looking to do is get tabular data in LC API, and then change the way that we represent it. So we're going to go ahead and load up Excel, and I'm going to actually grab a table of some data, and I'm going to grab, let's see, some astronomy point data here, and this is part of the CFA2 study or something like that. And so I'm going to copy this data in, and I'm going to go into the sky mode, and then I'm going to go into the reference frame of the sky, and I'm going to paste CFA2. And so right now I'm using the user interface to put tabular data into Worldwide Telescope, and we're going to see what this does when we then query from the LC API. Apparently, we don't have we have a megaparsecs thing that we can use that's distance in megaparsecs, and let's take a look here, and let's do Gaussians, and per column literal, let's just do is color. Okay, there's color next. and there's no dates on this. And so here we go. There is the CFA2 redshift study. Okay, so that was brought in to plot on our in our system here. So if I take the go back into our handy dandy notepad and go ahead and open up. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I killed that. Localhost colon 5050 slash layer API dot ASPX question mark command equals layer list. Okay, so when that command is executed and we bring that in, you'll notice here that under the reference frame of the sky, we have a new layer, and it's called CFA2 here, and here's the ID, and it's of a type spreadsheet layer. It's currently enabled, and there's the version. Okay, so if I go ahead and we want to do something interesting with this, let's go back to our layer API. Now let's go ahead and see what we can do in terms of modifying the layer properties. So we have a layer already, and we want to set a property on it. So let's look at the set property command here. So it's going to require an ID, a property name, and a property value. Okay. Well, that's interesting. But right now, what properties does that layer support? So let's pop up another copy of Notepad here, and we're going to go ahead and open up http://localhost again. Sorry for all the typing, and layer API.ASPX question mark command equals get props, right? And then we're going to say ampersand ID equals and the ID for that. And hopefully, if we did this correctly, we now have all the properties for that particular object. And so here it's a class of spreadsheet. Its dynamic data is set to false. Auto update is set to false. The data source URL is empty. It's not a time series. That's the begin range, which means that it essentially the begin range and the end range are infinitely in the future and infinitely in the past. So that means essentially it's an empty set. It's got spherical coordinates. It tells which the latitude column is, the longitude, where the geometry is not set, and this basically has all the properties that that layer is capable of setting. And so what I've sort of done here is I've reflected that layer to find out what I can actually set it to. So I don't necessarily, in this case, need a manual to tell me which layer. So if some new layer type comes up that isn't documented in the manual because someone else writes it, this layer is actually going to be self-describing so that it lets me not only know what its current properties are, but it lets me know what properties it's going to allow me to set. And so one of the things I can say here is that there's a scale factor of 16. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. So what I'm going to do here is go up and write another URL in which I'm going to change that property. And so what I'd like to do while we're doing this is have the CFA, a redshift survey there, actually opened up on the side. Okay, and so Okay, so I'm typing in the layer API. I'm saying command equals set prop ampersand ID equals, and then I'm putting in that big huge GUID that we used before, and then I'm going to say, let's see, where is the things we want? Prop name and prop value. Okay, so I put answer prop name equals, and over here it's scale factor. And then I'm going to say prop value equals what I want, which is going to be, okay, so right now it's already 16, so I'm going to make it 64. Okay, so now when I click on this and open it, you notice all of the points just grew by a factor of 4. So I did this from Notepad. Okay, so if any of you guys can understand how I just programmed changes on Worldwide Telescope from Notepad without a language by just inquiring about this. So that's how loosely coupled it is. If you have any type of language anywhere that knows how to do an HTTP get and post, you can access all of this functionality of Worldwide Telescope by just getting information from it, parsing the XML, and writing it back. So this is a introduction to the LCA API. I think right now Mark Subrow is, I'm going to put him on the spot if he's still there. Is he still there?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know anything about Python other than it has something to do with Monty Python and Spamalot or something. I don't know. But Mark has done some work, a lot of work with the LC API, and with some folks who have put together some Python libraries to wrap it. And what I'd like to do is put him on the spot and see if I can get him to talk for a couple of minutes about some of his experiences with it, and maybe talk about that library that he's used just a little bit, and let people know where they can find out about it. And also, if you want to hit him up locally when we start doing side projects, I'm sure he would love to point out where the stuff comes from.
All right, let me just try to manage my windows.
Are you going to try
Am I talking?
Share?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to turn off my screen share for the time being. Or do I need to do that for him to share?
I think you can stop. I'm going to mute this.
Good.
The multiverse.
Are you muted, Doug?
John just comes out of it.
Okay.
And then John. We will hear Mark in the room only through the room.
Hold on a second. I got way too many windows open. Blah blah.
Now we never hear his voice.
Thank you, Mark, for putting up with me putting a spot like that.
A second. Where are my? Where is? Oh right. So it's here, but let's see.
You might ask them if they can hear you.
Okay. Hold on. I'm completely lost. Sorry.
I apologize,
Yeah,
Mark. I should have got you a little bit more warning.
Move to new window. All right, sorry. And Google Hangouts. Am I unmuted?
We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Am I talking?
No, you're
Jonathan, wave if you can hear me.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Okay, sorry, man. All right, I'm going to try to share my screen, but what I realized is I couldn't share with a... Oh, hi, Becky. Yeah, sorry. You should have told me earlier. All right, let's see. Screen share. Yes. All right.
Hey, do you have speakers on your you can turn up in case we can hear what they're saying, or is that not?
Oh, right. I don't have speakers on this. Yes. I. Yeah. I don't know. We can't hear you. So if you have a question, type it in the chat, please. I put a link in the chat, which is to this repository that I set up for the Worldwide Telescope workshops that we had, and basically it's taking advantage of this nice library that John Zuhone wrote that has both sort of abstracted in a Python way all the LCA API stuff, and also created some nice helper functions for doing things like creating color maps and dealing with time series data and what have you. So you can, if you go to this site, you can click on some of the ones. The first one, let's see, I will click on the visualizing the gamma survey. It has some more of a. This one has a little bit more of a background for people who aren't familiar. It's basically showing off that Python's got some really nice functionality for dealing with astronomical data now through AstroPy. So you can do all of these things like deal with coordinate transformations, calculate cosmological parameters, and there's this other package called AstroQuery, which allows you to query databases. So this whole thing is sending a SQL query to a database. It pulls back a table. I then one of the calculated cosmological distance from the redshift, and one of the nice things about one of the challenges has always been like there are lots of ways to measure a distance, and it depends on cosmological parameters. They're always changing, but AstroPy makes that really easy. So we just imported the Planck latest Planck results. We get distances. We get this catalog. We ship it to Worldwide Telescope. Or we set some visualization parameters as a Python dictionary. Send it to Worldwide Telescope, and that's a 3D view. This is kind of a zoomed-in 2D view, sky view. There are a couple other examples here which are nice as well. The Milky Way one just shows off. It's pretty quick. I can go from the Vizier. I got 13,000 astronomical catalogs I can choose from, and it's just I pick out. So one of the things has always been like this sort of digital universe type functionality in Worldwide Telescope. This basically creates at least a digital galaxy part of digital universe with newer catalogs in almost all cases. And it doesn't take very long, and when newer data sets come, you can just reference those data sets. So this is plotting them here, but there's just this send to button which would launch all these in Worldwide Telescope. The repository, I think, also has the layer files that came out of this, and you can also deal with some time varying data. So this one is a lot of fun. So if you want to work through this one, but yeah, and I'm just viewing the notebook now. I'm not trying to run it, which I could, but this one's fun because you can show 4 years of observations of gamma ray burst. You can put in the background gamma ray sky, and you can watch them go off, run time forward really fast. So there's just some quick examples, but yeah, check out the repo, and let me know what you think. Some of the others show more work with the color maps and some of the other functions. Doug, Doug? We lost Doug. I'm gonna turn on. hand back control.
Okay, so I guess you guys need to turn the volume back on to hear me.
Did he?
Yeah, so we can't hear that.
Yeah, so
All right, and where's the volume on this thing?
Click in Jonathan.
Whoa.
okay, I can see Mark again. Can you guys hear us again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a volume thing there.
I just turned my volume up, but until you figure that one out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not going.
Are you guys still in Cambridge? Mark, are we just seeing things from the Mark's laptop right now? Hello?
For a while.
Well, we can mute for a little bit and let
Wait, is there? Maybe it's done in Google Hangout. There's a volume thing there. It might have. If you scroll the mouse up.
We're getting echo.
Yeah, that to
We're
the
getting
right.
echo again.
There. No, the middle one. Yeah. Oh, that's bandwidth. Sorry. We're trying to get the volume back on now.
Oh, you want the volume on now?
Just click away from that.
Okay. Say something?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, we're back. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Mark. We're still just watching Mark right now. Is there let's see, is Doug the one broadcasting?
Yeah, let me, okay, this is back up to, well, to the room.
Okay, so that's a bit of an overview of the LC API. I think we were talking, from a time perspective, we're essentially getting to be a point where we're going to have to condense 3 talks into one. So what do we have left for time right now, Doug?
Well, I kind of sweet talked the guy, and we have to be out of the room at 7, so we have like 25 minutes.
Okay, so at this point, I think that maybe potentially the best use of our time would be to actually do some breakout groups while we let the chat hang out, and that we start talking about some of the ideas that we have to how we can use it, and do some Q&A while folks are all in the room to be able to answer in terms of ideas and such.
I think that's a good idea, because capturing that is one of the goals of the workshop.
Right. So I think what we'll do is we'll turn the lights on here and start chatting amongst ourselves about what ideas we have and some of what we can do, the resources and how we, problems and how we might attack them. So thank you, everything, and again, thanks, Mark, for jumping in with the Python stuff, because that's you've done a brilliant job of making that work, and I've been really super impressed. And that's what open source collaboration can do. People can bring their own expertise to this, and so, if you see a need, meet a need, and you be a hero.
No, thanks, Jonathan. Thanks, Ron. I thought both your talks were, the many that we did today were really well done, and will provide a great resource for the whole development community going forward. The plans are, this is being, if you go to my YouTube channel, it's there now, but because of the technical stuff, I want to cut those pieces out before I kind of let everybody know the link. So one thing is I'll be putting that up as soon as I can do that work, and then so expect that pretty soon. And then the other thing is I will send out a post-conference work survey And so if everybody can make sure to fill that out on both on the Redmond side and the remote people and the Cambridge side. So, but thanks for people who, whether they walked across the street or drove in here or flew in here. This has been fantastic to get this number of people together and to hear some of the cool. We had a lot of conversations about what we want to do with it, what we have plans for it, and this kind of lays the groundwork for that actually to happen. So, thanks everybody, and thanks to the Moore Foundation for financially sponsoring this workshop, and to the Brave New Software Foundation for administering the grant, and the AAS, and for all of us. And we'll be one happy family going into the future, kumbaya and all. So,
should we leave ourselves in the Hangout but on mute, and then if any group wants to ask another group a question, they just unmute and speak?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we'll also look at the chat window. If we see a chat come through, we'll be clear to unmute. So we'll keep the Hangout open. I am going to try to behind the scenes kind of get ready because we do need to kind of be out of the room at 7. So thanks everybody, and we'll be in touch.
Thank you.
We have since we started early, and our dinner is also going to be at 7 o'clock. I would like to get a head count for everybody who wants to join us at Daniel Spoiler. It's a steak and seafood house in Bellevue at the top of the Bellevue Center.
Tough question.
What's that?
Tough question.
Yeah, I know. It's really.
I can't. I want to join this.
Yeah. Okay. So who can make it tonight to the Daniels? Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ron? No?
Hey,
nice place.
I know it is.
Miguel?
Very
No?
meaty.
Okay. So what did we count? Was that 4 or 5? 5.
The good seafood.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Well, one of the things we could do is maybe, if depending on how productive you can be here, you might make the reservation a little bit earlier, and so that you can at least get something to eat before you head to the airport. That's really you head to the airport. What's that?
I have to be at the airport at 10.
Okay. Well, one of the options, I guess, is maybe we can go a little bit earlier, and a few more people can join us. So, I know it's been a long day. So, I guess. Now let's chat about some of the things that you'd like to do in terms of data programming.
I got a potentially dumb question. Well, I don't
Sure.
think it's a dumb question. The LCA API obviously can't run a web server from the web client, but I mean, is there some way to use the similar way of communicating?
So the web client has a JavaScript API.
Is it similar to?
It's not.
Okay.
It's because it's an utterly different model, right? Because you're actually integrating it into your own code in JavaScript running in the browser. It's possible that maybe down the line, using server connections and WebSockets and stuff, that we could actually implement the LC API to the web client. And it would kind of be mind-blowingly
I know.
weird.
Maybe that's gross, but I mean.
But it would allow you to take the same software stack and basically target, the web client itself. And the thing is it's not actually that insane an idea, because with WebSockets and with WebSAMP and all sorts of other things like that, the cross-domain scripting and things like that. It's just the web, the aspect of a web. What's the web endpoint, right? Who's going to take the web requests? And so it might be that we actually route it through a server port that will act as a proxy for you. And so then that will then route back all the changes up and down through a WebSocket to the client. But that's, again, future potential architecture. But that would help unify the client so that you could essentially do that sort of thing. The other thing is that maybe some of these abstraction layers could be made such that however the different APIs are, that you could write an abstraction between that makes them look more similar and create some services.
That way I don't have to waste John's.
Hey, Ron? Can you, Cecilia has a website build question.
Okay.
Well, why don't you just come up here and, yeah. You can bring your laptop up too if you want to double.
Okay, so.
Can you see me?
Ideas, you know, we didn't get to the reference pixel.
So
thing,
you can hear us, right?
A priority. I mean, this is just facts.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, we can't hear him because we don't have our volume on, probably.
I think we're also. We're not muted.
Now that Jonathan's engaged, now it's time to hit
Well, it's in, well, okay, so the code doesn't have it, the code isn't yet.
I don't even
So it's entered as an issue.
see where the Hangout is happening.
It's on there.
Well,
It's only on.
oh,
here,
my
your
mouse can go over there.
Hear me?
Your mouse is now.
Cecilia?
Yep.
There you
Okay. But we're not muted.
We're not muted.
You can't hear us?
Ron, can you hear us?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Can you wave if you can hear us? Okay,
Oh.
we can't hear you.
Oh.
We're unmuted.
No, this.
Oh, him.
Oh, he's muted.
There's a mute on ours. Talk, say again.
So let's say we wanted.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, so you can't see Cecilia because she had to put her. Oh, maybe you can get a
I'll
chair.
just come sit over here.
Okay.
Because I don't know if you, I just want to, looking here.
Okay.
I just wanted to mention to you that I have the website like compiling and running, but it looks really messed up still. I put a screenshot in the issue, and I just didn't know if you had like any ideas about that. Like why that might be. Like it's like I'm missing some CSS or something.
And the workflow for that would be.
So you don't have any CSS?
Yeah.
No, I do have some for sure, but like, so really most of the issues are like any sliders or things that there are like multiple, like where at the top of the website there's supposed to be like one image that, like a set of images that cycle through and they just appear in order instead. So I don't know if I'm.
Sounds like you're missing the bootstrap change.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. Do you think it's because I have to install something, or is it like the actual?
It should be in the external directory. I'd love to see a screenshot.
Yeah, I put one in the issue, but.
Check in the issue. We'll pull our computer around to the camera.
Oh, I have to like get it. Okay.
Oh, she's gonna pull it up. Give her a minute. The Hangout's computer is perched precariously on a ledge here, so you have to be careful.
Not the center. Must not have had any issue with that as a thing.
Well, long ago, and so mine suggests 2 fixes.
And hold the computer like this while you type.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like these kind of
It's gonna take a little bit because I have to
Oh,
get,
okay.
like I just started my VM and I have to like.
Oh, she needs to like start up her VM and get things running, so it'll take a minute or two.
Okay, I can go back to my computer and maybe look at it because I'm
Yeah.
at this computer, and maybe I can join the Hangout on that computer. Would that be better?
No, I think this camera way is probably better for various reasons.
Okay.
But if you want to take a minute or so and like go into your computer and look at the screenshot.
Okay, I'll go look.
Feel free. Thanks. I'm like, I have to look at his face.
I know.
Which is the wrong thing to do.
Yes. It's so
It just doesn't happen. So that's the building.
I know.
Try to do it.
That's because
Do that, make to repopulate to where it is, that's where it is.
There was
Because of that,
Hey, Ron?
it's always offset.
I mean, I can't make it any bigger than this.
Long ago, I was telling you that.
Oh, I can share.
Oh, no, no. Just come real close.
I don't know if that's
Really big.
It's working.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
that doesn't look like our side at all.
Well, so if you scroll down,
You can use both hands. I'll just hold
you
it.
got it. I got it. Oh.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a lot of scripts.
Are you seeing this, Ron? Yeah.
I mean,
So, that would actually be this kind of interface allows us to get through everything. So we want to build in.
It's kind of beautiful in its own way.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely not compiling the Bootstrap class.
Well, that's good to know. Yeah. Thank you.
So, yeah. do you want to see if you have those files present, or?
Sure. So where should I be looking for that?
Well, under content, there should be.
What?
I think it's let me look at what the name of the CSS file is, but it's where all the CSS is compiled together.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to look there to see how that is getting output.
I just.
So let me find out what the name of the file is. 1 second.
Thank you. It's hard in here because I want to look in this. Obviously, but I don't have like the proper shell to do like find.
That's what
It's very.
That's not checked out in the release.
I do have it checked out there.
It's a different copy, but
it's still actually.
Like I don't have file sharing thing set up, so I just want to make sure that I'm looking at it.
I mean, if we knew Visual Studio well enough, we'd manipulate it like Emacs, but we don't.
But yeah, we should. It's really sucky since anyone has all these features, and I never use them because.
I guess that just means it's
Can I?
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Also,
They turned the volume way down. So, Cecilia, it's wwt.less, and it's in the content or content/CSS directory. And you'll see it's importing in various CSS files. My hunch is that maybe your version of the LESS compiler is out of date, and I think we're using the most recent special sauce, or maybe you're using a newer one and I'm out of date. I mean, I don't know, but it looks like it's sort of compiling the CSS wrong.
so I'm looking content CSS, and it's so it looks like I do have a file for sure. I don't know how to check if it's going to be compiled properly or not. So is there?
Well, and they turned down the volume of this because it's obstructing their other meeting. Maybe
Do you
I'll
want me to
take
get
this
closer?
laptop.
Is this better?
Maybe I'll take this laptop into the other room and unplug it, because I think this is a disruption to the other.
We can just also talk on the phone if that's easier. No.
And whereas.
What a delightful way to collaborate.
Yeah.
This will be good though if we do figure this out.
Yeah. That's one thing I'm wondering is if we did have some way to say well, iron version or there's dates and you know, this was a tour or things on access tour where my assets are like this is something that you would say I'm not so worried about what kind of show playing that wrong. What I'm worried about is plays that wrong and people have no idea what which is they may go through a rabbit hole and I said, okay, things I look
Whoa.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, you know what? I'll bet that's showing code blocks or something.
Oh,
I'll bet it's actually a sophisticated
It's like on
Visual
purpose.
Studio thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, wow. That's really weird.
Part of the sky. I think that that is a huge thing that might be in there. Something actually built around an asset that sort of broke something wrong, that resetting and fixing it later will actually disrupt the tour seems to be.
Yeah, I mean, if we knew how to use this, I'm sure this would be.
And so, if we're in a major rewrite of how everything's done and how tours are authored and how versions should be and stuff.
There's a general,
One concern is that where we need to put it.
philosophical point about like should your development language imply a particular development environment? Like, I mean, obviously no, but a lot of like it's not just Microsoft. Like Eclipse World is all like, yeah, you're expected to do your development in Eclipse.
I know. I mean, we had that with
that's going to happen. Thousands of
Oh, hey, Ron.
And they did not.
Oh,
Hello.
Okay, so.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
There's going to be a button that says like download.
Can you hear us though?
Yeah, I think that's why we need to have more people on
Can you hear wave if you can hear us?
Oh, he's frozen.
Oh, you're frozen. It doesn't matter if you wave.
And if you want the fast forever, that's where you figure out that.
No, we were so close.
It's with not just me, but
Let's way of using this fake now and worry about how to handle proper versioning.
If you can type in the chat and tell us what's
Well,
going
he's
on.
not even in the Hangout anymore.
Oh, he left the Hangout.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. You can't hear anything I'm saying to you.
Everyone else can though. Hey everyone.
But P and I really miss you, and you know, we think of you often.
Oh, and we're still on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Okay.
I was like doing a seance from 1905.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
Great. So I've got all the files. Do you have? And I don't know how to debug anything in Visual Studio. So can you give me some pointers about how to check and see whether things are getting compiled?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of ways to minify a CSS file. I think I stopped using the front that I was doing, and I have an extension that is minifying. And I want to see which one I'm using.
Half of them E-cells, and the other half
Web compiler.
Say again? We're having some audio issues. Hold on.
Okay.
Can maybe? Oh boy, I can't hear what Ron is saying. Can you type important stuff? We're having audio issues, Ron. Sorry.
Yeah, I just typed it.
Okay, web compiler.
We're gonna have to shut things down and take the adapter off in a few minutes. Are you close to being?
No,
really.
No, we're probably not close.
Maybe,
Sorry.
Ron, maybe we should just talk with us next week. Do you have time?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to jump on a hangout with me, maybe
or Skype or
lunch on Monday.
Yeah, Monday afternoon, I guess, because that'll be your morning. So,
yeah. Monday. If you're back in Chicago by then it's Monday at 2.
Monday at
2 p.m.
What's happening?
Yeah,
that would be noon his time for lunch. He can take a lunch hour and do some WWT stuff, right?
Okay, that'll be awesome.
I mean, meanwhile, all you do is you right-click on the.
Do you want me to hold it?
Oh, good.
Okay. Wait, click on the what?
It does a
It's going to read in a table, but it's also going to have to process an element of that table in a different way.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone.
Like a converter function.
Okay.
You know?
Oh, we're losing you.
Oh no.
I'll talk to you on Monday.
Nice. All right, Monday it is.
Okay, see you guys later.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Alien makes
That's true that he believes in. Okay. In meeting, I think.
I mean, don't we all?
I don't know. I'm ready for pizza.
Yeah.
My brain is so full.
That was good. I'm glad you said that, Doug. We should. This way, at least he knows what's going on.
Okay, we have 5 minutes to be out of here.
Do we, and we need to like, what do we do?
Actually, we have 5 minutes to keep it going. So, I'll say that.
It's not a drill.
This is not a drill. 5-minute warning.
Let's go.
Otherwise, the door gets locked and you're trapped here until Monday morning. With Wi-Fi.
No, no, we're shutting down. Should that bring the screen up?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you for staying an extra hour. Really appreciate it.
So that's a